The opening day of the 2025 Indonesian Grand Prix at Mandalika turned into a nightmare for Marc Marquez. The reigning world champion and Ducati Lenovo star endured two heavy crashes on Friday, the 3rd of October, raising serious concerns inside the Bologna-based outfit's garage as the title race enters a crucial stage. After showing promising speed with a fifth-place finish in the first free practice session, disaster struck. Marquez lost the front end with a low side at turn 10 before suffering a violent high side at turn 5 later in the day. Though visibly in pain, the 32-year-old managed to walk away unaided. But the toll of two incidents in one afternoon has cast a long shadow over his Mandalika campaign. For the first time this season, Marquez's flawless run of direct entries to Q2 has been broken. He now faces the additional pressure of battling through Q1 on Saturday, where only the top two progress. This scenario is particularly dangerous at a circuit where fortune has historically deserted him. Ever since MotoGP arrived at Lombok in 2022, Mandalika has been a cursed venue for Marquez. His debut here ended in dramatic fashion with a violent warm-up crash that sidelined him from the race entirely. The following year, he hit the deck again at turn 13 and walked away with a non-finish. In 2024, his bad luck persisted. After climbing the podium in the sprint, his GP23 Ducati suffered terminal issues in the main race. Now 2025 has continued the cruel narrative, with fresh accidents dampening his hopes of a long-awaited breakthrough in Indonesia. For a rider renowned for his adaptability and tenacity, this persistent misfortune at Mandalika has become one of MotoGP's most intriguing subplots. Many in the paddock are beginning to wonder whether the circuit's abrasive surface and unpredictable grip levels simply do not suit Marquez's aggressive riding style. The Spaniard was not the only Ducati rider to suffer. Teammate Francesco Bagnaia endured a dismal outing, languishing in 17th place on the combined timesheets. Satellite Ducati riders Franco Morbidelli and Fabio Di Giannantonio also struggled to break into the top 10, leaving only Fermin Aldeguer and Alex Marquez from the Gresini squad flying the flag for Bologna in competitive positions. For Ducati, a manufacturer that has dominated MotoGP in recent years, the lack of pace at Mandalika is concerning. Engineers pointed to the circuit's unique mix of low-speed corners and punishing heat as key factors disrupting their usual rhythm. With rivals closing in, Mandalika could expose rare weaknesses in the Desmos Sediti package. While Ducati faltered, Aprilia and KTM seized the opportunity. Marco Bezzecchi was the standout performer, blazing to a new lap record of 1M29.240s. The Italian's commanding display reinforced Aprilia's growing reputation as a genuine title contender in 2025. Behind him, Aldeguer impressed once again, while young sensation Pedro Acosta kept KTM firmly in the fight with another top 3 finish. Bezzecchi's rise is particularly significant. Once considered a dark horse, the 26-year-old has matured into a polished contender capable of challenging the established elite. If Ducati's slump continues, Bezzecchi could leave Mandalika with momentum that shifts the balance of the championship battle. Marquez's situation is now finely balanced. Should he fail to advance from Q1, it would be the first time since Valencia 2023 that he has started outside the top 12. With Mandalika already a personal graveyard of results, starting from deep on the grid would severely damage his hopes of finally conquering the Indonesian round. Beyond the statistics, there is a psychological element at play. The weight of past misfortunes at Mandalika looms heavily, and even a rider as mentally resilient as Marquez may struggle to ignore the shadows of history. As rivals smell blood, the Spaniard faces perhaps his sternest test of the season so far. Although Marquez still holds the upper hand in the standings, Mandalika could prove pivotal. A poor result here would open the door for Bagnaia. Bezzecchi and Acosta to close the gap, setting up a tense run-in to the final rounds of the year. Ducati's ability to recover quickly will be under the microscope, with the factory's technical team working overnight to analyze data and provide solutions ahead of qualifying. For fans, the unfolding drama at Mandalika offers everything: crashes, curses, and championship intrigue. For Marquez, however, it may once again be a weekend defined by survival rather than supremacy. 2 crashes in a single afternoon inevitably take a toll on a rider's body. Though Marquez walked away on his feet, observers noted him favoring his left side as he returned to the garage. At 32, the recovery process is no longer as instant as it once was, and fatigue or hidden injuries could compromise his performance for the remainder of the weekend. Even small bruises or reduced flexibility can make the difference in a qualifying session where tenths of a second decide progression. Inside the Ducati Lenovo garage, the atmosphere grew tense as mechanics scrambled to repair 2 heavily damaged bikes. With both machines needing extensive work overnight, the workload on the crew is immense. Engineers also face the challenge of adjusting setup without reliable feedback from a complete practice run, leaving Marquez at a disadvantage compared to his rivals who enjoyed uninterrupted sessions. The situation underlines how crashes don't just impact the rider, they disrupt the rhythm of the entire team. Heading into qualifying, Marquez and Ducati find their strategic options limited. Normally, the Spaniard uses Friday data to refine tyre choices and fuel mapping for a targeted time attack. With both sessions compromised, his strategy may have to rely on instinct rather than careful planning. This increases the risk of mistakes and could force Marquez to gamble on tyre compounds that may not deliver over a race distance. While Ducati struggles, rivals from Aprilia, KTM and even Yamaha are sensing a rare opportunity. Bezzecchi and Acosta in particular know that a strong result in Mandalika could destabilize Marquez's season-long consistency. Every championship needs a turning point, and Mandalika has the potential to become exactly that, a venue where momentum shifts decisively away from Ducati. Psychology plays an underrated role in MotoGP, and Marquez's reputation for fearlessness is one of his greatest weapons. Yet Mandalika seems to erode even his confidence. Rivals are aware of this pattern, and the more it is repeated, the more it becomes a mental barrier for the Spaniard. A single mistake in qualifying could reinforce the curse narrative, making his battle as much against himself as against the stopwatch. Beyond Marquez, Ducati's collective struggles suggest the Mandalika layout exposes vulnerabilities in the Desmosedici. Whether it's traction management in the low grip sections or the heat affecting tyre longevity, the Bologna engineers will need answers quickly. With multiple riders reporting difficulties, it raises the possibility that Ducati's dominance in 2025 may not be as unshakable as once thought.